everyone, welcome to Samdeshwari Competitive Classes. Today we are discussing about the topic of inflation. What is inflation? How the inflation will affect economy? All the concepts. Let us see with the first one. Inflation is defined as a sustainable increase in the prices of goods and services. So here they are saying a sustainable increase in prices means prices increase at the time of inflation. What it will leads to? It will leads to the reduction in rupee value. Okay, this is a condition called what? Inflation in the economy. Okay, this inflation is calculated on percentage basis annually. Inflation is calculated on percentage basis annually. Okay, next, as inflation rises, the rupee value will decreases in the economy. So as we already discussed, if rupee value decreases, automatically prices will increase, and it is a inflationary situation. Inflation will also increase at this point of time. So what it will affect means it will affect the production factor in the economy as well. So what if prices increases? People will stop purchasing the product. Yes or no? So people will stop purchasing the product. So if the purchases is not taking place, automatically the production factor will reduce. If production reduces, what will happen? What will happen? Yes, unemployment increases. Unemployment increases. If unemployment increases, automatically poverty will also increase. Why? Because unemployment and poverty both are directly proportional. Both are directly proportional in India. Okay. So if inflation increases, rupee value decreases, prices increases, production decreases, unemployment increases, poverty increases, social crimes will also increase because of this situation. Ultimately, peace of the economy will disturb. Ultimately, what happened? Peace of the economy disturbs. Means whenever there is no money and some things is going on like this, what will happen means this snatching, killing, all these unnecessary activities will increase in the economy. That leads to what? Destruction of the peace. So the rupee value does not stay constant when there is inflation. So as we already discussed, if inflation increases, rupee value will fluctuate. That may increase or that may decrease. Okay, means rupee value does not stay constant. The value of rupee is observed in terms of purchasing power. This is actually a very important point. So here they are saying about purchasing power. See, whenever the value of rupee decreases, what will happen to purchasing power? Purchasing power will also decrease by the people. Why? Because whatever the rupee we are seeing today will not be equal to the rupee we are seeing after 10 years. So that will happen. We'll discuss it in detail in the next slides. Okay. What is the impact of inflation? Okay. The inflation implies increase in prices because of the rupee value reduces, automatically increase in prices will be happen. Prices will rise. Okay. It leads to fall in purchasing power. So if rupee value purchases, automatically purchasing power will also fall. Okay. And decrease in real value of money. What does it mean is, if rupee value decreases, as we already observing right now, if you see in 1965, the 10 rupees value in 1965 is not equal to the 10 rupees value in 2021 right now. Yes or no? So what is the difference between these two is, in economical approach we will say this is inflation or indexation. But as if you see this in a financial way, we will see this as a time value of money. Okay, the difference between the future and the present is nothing but interest, time value of money. So this is the difference is interest, we will say. Okay, means The 10 rupees is not equal to 10 rupees as of now. So what is the reason? Inflation or indexation. Inflation or indexation. Okay, so that is what they are saying. Decrease in real value of money at present, they are saying, at present situation. Okay. The same amount of money can buy fewer goods. The same amount of money can buy fewer goods. What does it mean? As we already taken in 1965, if you have 1 crore means you can purchase at least 5 acres of land at that time. At least 5 acres. But now at the same place, if you have even 1 crore, same 1 crore, not even you can purchase 1 acre land. Means you are purchasing a fewer goods when compared to past. Okay, so that is what they are saying. The same amount of money, same amount of 1 crore is purchasing fewer amount. Here you are purchasing 5 crores, 5 acres. Here we are purchasing 1 acre only. Okay, that is what they are saying. And real value of the existing savings declines. Real value of the existing savings declines. Means at this situation, at this point of time, even though you have 1 crore rupees as savings, that doesn't matter to compete with the present situation. Okay, so that is what they are saying. The real value of the existing savings will decline. Okay, next. How the stages of inflation are defined? There are 4 stages of inflation. Creeping stage is also called as hopping stage. Okay, creeping stage is also called as hopping stage of inflation. So all the developed economies or countries will be at this stage. Okay, developed I am saying. And next, trotting stage. Okay, trotting stage is also called as walking stage of inflation. Okay, all the developing economies must stay at this situation so that they can develop easily. Okay, developing economies. Next, galloping stage is also called as running stage of inflation, and it is hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is a worst kind of inflationary stage for any economy. So we can see these situations in Venezuela, Zimbabwe, etc. Okay, in these countries, the value of rupee, real value of rupee is pretty much lesser when compared to us. Okay, so creeping stage of inflation, the rate of inflation lies between 0 to 3%. Trotting stage of inflation, rate of inflation lies between 3 to 10%. Galloping inflation or running stage, rate of inflation is 10 to 20%. And hyperinflation, the rate is above 20%. Okay, next. What are the types of inflation? Types of inflation. Demand pull inflation. Demand pull means demand pull increase. Okay, because of the increase in demand in the goods and services, this kind of situation will arise. For example, a shopkeeper, yes, consists with 10 pence. Shopkeeper, yes, consists with 10 pence, but 100 people came all of sudden and asking for this, for those 10 pence. Means they are creating, 100 people are creating demand for 10 pence. Now, by seeing these 100 people, what shopkeeper did? He increased the price to 20 rupees. He increased the price to 20 rupees. Still, that 100 people, in that 100 people, 30 people are reduced, 70 people are still creating demand for that 10 pence. So he increased it to 30 rupees. 30 rupees per pen. Okay, again another 20% reduced and 50% are still creating demand. So what is happening here? Because of the demand is more and availability of products is less. Demand is more, availability of products is less, the price of the component is increasing. Price of the component is increasing. That is what demand pull inflation. Okay, it is caused by increasing demand for goods and services. Increasing demand may be due to increase in quantity of money. So this increase in demand, what we can say is, all of a sudden they all got enough money for the purpose of creating demand. Okay, enough money means money in hand is increased, we can say. Okay, next, demand is more than supply, means shortage of goods and services, means lesser quantity of goods and services in the market, leading to increase in prices, as we discussed the example. Understood? Next, cost push inflation. Cost push inflation. So the term cost we used at manufacturing entities. Okay, we will use this term cost at manufacturing entities. Okay, so how this cost push inflation arised means, because of the increase in the expenditure of manufacturing entities. How means, that may be because of the increase in wages, or that may be because of the increase in profit margin of the entrepreneur. Okay, and that may be because of what? Imposition of the taxes, increase in taxes. So how it will be, I'll explain. See, some Anirudh is the person consisting a manufacturing entity of masks. Okay, so he has he need to produce bulk masks at this pandemic situation. Okay, but what happened is, because of this pandemic, no workers are coming to organization, no workers are coming properly to organization, and the workers coming to organizations are in between the period of 6 to 12 p.m. Okay, so what is happening at this time? Lesser workers demanding more money. Lesser workers demanding more money. Okay, usually the wages for the worker per day is 400 rupees. Okay, but because of this pandemic, they are demanding 1000 rupees per day. They are demanding 1000 rupees per day for working purpose. Okay, so what happened here? 600 cost is increased now. Wages cost 600 rupees increased. Yes, first component. Second thing, profit margin. Usually the mask cost is 10 rupees, but now they are selling it at 50 rupees. They are selling it at 50 rupees. Result leads to, this 10 rupees consisted with 7 rupees of mask cost, 1 rupee of tax, and 2 rupees of profit. Okay, and here 50 rupees of mask cost leads to 10 rupees of mask cost, 10 rupees of government charge, and 30 rupees of profit margin. Here tax is increased as well as margin of profit is also increased. So automatically what happened? The price of the finished good in the market increased. This type of increase in the price is said to be what? Cost push increase, cost push inflation. Nothing but the manufacturing level itself, the cost of the product increased. Okay, that is increase in wages, increase in profit margin, increase in taxes. Clear? Next, deflation. Deflation. Inflation means what? A sustainable increase in prices. So opposite to inflation is nothing but deflation, means fall in prices. Okay, let us see. A condition of fall in prices when output of goods and services, increases more rapidly than the volume of money supply in the economy. Means what? Suppose, for example, there is a tomato ketchup manufacturing company is there. So because of increase in the production of tomatoes in the last year, what happened? They produced more number of ketchups. Okay, in this year, more number of ketchups. Is that mean that people requirement for that ketchups also increases depending on the production? Answer is no. How much they require, that much only they will purchase, not depending on how much the tomato ketchup organization produces. So what happened? Bulk production happened. Bulk production happened means production or goods and services are more, but the necessity, the demand is less. So because of that, what will happen? No one will purchase the product. So to sell this product, what people will do? They will provide discounts, they will provide low cost facility, 1+1 offers, etc. So all this leads to what? Reduction in the price of goods and services. So that is what they are saying. Supply is more, demand is less. The surplus of goods and services in the market leading to decrease in prices, means more number of goods and services availability but less number of demand, leads to what? Cost push, sorry, deflation. Clear? Next, disinflation. The sound deflation and disinflation sounds same, but there is a slight difference. Deflation means nothing but fall in prices, whereas disinflation is nothing but decrease in the inflation rate. Decrease in the inflation rate. It doesn't mean fall in prices. Disinflation means what? Decrease in inflation rate, doesn't mean fall in prices. So what does that mean? We will see. It is a fall in the rate of growth of inflation. It means a slower increase in prices. It doesn't mean fall in prices. It means what? Slower increase in prices. It does not mean fall in prices, as we already discussed. Slower increase in prices is said to be what? Disinflation, and it will be categorized by reduce, means a fall in the inflation rate, we can say. Lower increase in prices. Okay. Example, earlier inflation rate was 10%, present inflation rate is 9%, means there is a fall of 2%. This is what disinflation. Okay. Next, reflation. Reflation means suppose for example there is a deflation condition arised in the economy, slowly it settled down to normal, and now again it is getting back to inflationary stage. So this is what reflation means. Deflation to inflation, it is said to be reflation. Okay. So let us see. When an economy moves from deflation to inflation, then the situation is called reflation. It is the opposite of disinflation. Disinflation means what? Reduce in the inflation rate we discussed in the last slide. Okay. So here nothing but reflation means what? Increase in the inflation rate, we can say. Okay. Increase in the inflation rate. Understood? Let us go with the next one. Recession. Recession means what? It is a depression, we can understand by the term itself. Okay, recession means what? Depression, economic depression. Okay, how we will consider it as it is a recession situation? Means when in the economy, the GDP stands for what? Gross domestic product. When in an economy, gross domestic product remains negative for 2 consecutive quarters. Such situation is called recession. For 2 consecutive quarters, means for half a year there is a negative GDP rate or fall in the GDP, then the situation is said to be what? Recession. GDP means what? Gross domestic product, which will represent the Indian growth, and it will also be discussed in the chapter called national income. Soon we'll discuss that. Okay. Next, stagflation. Stagflation, most important ma, in the examinations they asked it n number of times. What does it mean? When inflation and recession both remain together. Inflation means what? Increase in prices. Recession means what? Fall in GDP or negative GDP. Okay, for 2 quarters, at least. Okay, then such condition is called stagflation, or in simple terms we can also tell that when hyperinflation or high inflationary condition, when hyperinflation combined with unemployment also. When hyperinflation combined with unemployment situation, then that situation is also said to be stagflation. Okay, means higher inflationary condition with high unemployment, or higher prices with negative GDP. This condition is said to be what? Stagflation. In this situation, the economic growth rate remains slow or steady. Means not pretty much good growth in GDP, and not increase in the profitability of the economy also. Okay, so everything means all these things will not happen with this situation, stagflationary situation. Growth will remain same, or slow growth will take in place. Okay, slow growth, pretty slow growth. Okay, next, measurements of inflation. How this inflation is measured means by using some price indexes. What are those price indexes? Is CPI and WPI, wholesale price index and customer or consumer price index. Okay, so what are they? Let us see. Wholesale price index, which is consisted with number of items, is 697. In examination, this bit is most important. So 697, they asked it a number of times, guys. Please do remember. Okay, and in that 697, primary articles are 117, fuel and power is 16, manufacturing products are 564. It will be calculated 10 decades, means 10 years, decadally. Okay, so every census will release these price indexes. Okay, means last census is issued at the time of 2011-12. So this is discussed in the last census issue. 697 is last census thing. Okay, do remember that. Next, consumer price index. So it is four economic groups, based on four economic groups. One is combined consumer price index, second one is agriculture, third one is rural labor, and fourth one is industrial worker. Nothing but we can say it is a consumer price index, means outside the market, we can also say. Okay, market conditions, we can say that. Okay, wholesale price index means we can say manufacturing conditions. So this consumer price index also base year itself, means a census only it will discuss. Okay, so four components economic groups are combined economic group, agricultural labor, rural labor, and industrial workers. Okay, next. So ultimately we discussed about what is inflation, why it occur, types of it, and some calculations of price indexes. Now, how to reduce inflation? After knowing all this, we need to know about how to reduce inflation. Okay, so that is what RBI monetary policies will take care. By increase or decrease in the interest rates, we can control inflation. RBI monetary policies. Okay, increase or decrease inflation by interest rates changes. Okay, next, budget. How budget will take place in the inflationary condition is by proper implementation of budget to the sectors which is in need. Okay, by proper implementation to the sectors which are in need. If you allocate a proper amount of resources wherever they are in need, then automatically the rupee value doesn't fluctuate much. Okay, next, ultimate measure to control inflation is taxes. Okay, so this is the last option we can say. Okay, it is the ultimate measure. First of all, they will implement these two only, RBI monetary policies and budget. If in the worst cases, taxes option will also be used for the purpose of controlling inflation by increase or decrease in the tax rates. Okay, so now we understood what are the measures of inflation, also measures to control inflation, and how to calculate inflation rate is current year prices minus base year prices by base year prices into 100. By this we will calculate inflation percentage. Okay, so this is it about inflation. So if you have any doubts, just drop me a comment in the comment section. So thank you everyone for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon to get notifications. Thank you all.